Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on King 5 Plus. I'm Joyce Taylor. Big news for Mariners fans. The team has finalized a deal with first baseman Josh Naylor. The deal will keep Naylor on the team through 2030. Let's take you to the press conference that happened earlier to hear Naylor's remarks.
Morning, everyone. We'll be getting started in just a second as everybody files in, but as I'm sure someone has already said, just a reminder to have your cell phones on silent or vibrate. We'll start with a couple opening statements, and then we'll take questions. We are passing mics, so please raise your hand and we'll pass you a mic for questions. So I think everyone knows, basically everybody here at the head table, obviously Justin Hollander, our Executive Vice President and General Manager, Jerry DiPoto, President of Baseball Operations, the guest of honor today, who we're very excited to have back with us, Josh Naylor, and his representative, Mark. So, Jerry?
First, I guess feels like Josh never actually left, so we're welcoming him back to a place he's been. As such, we don't have a jersey, but we do have 5 more years of Josh Naylor as a Mariner, which we're all thrilled by. This was about as simple a decision as we could make organizationally. After acquiring Josh mid-season at the trade deadline, the way he fit in our clubhouse, in the community, the way the fan base embraced him, and frankly, a lot of the magical things that he did on the field. I can't recall ever encountering a player with a higher baseball IQ, seeing things on the field that no one else really sees, and it's a special trait, and he can also really hit, which is not a bad thing either. So, we're all thrilled to have Josh as part of the Mariners family moving forward. Chantel, Nix, and the Naylor family now part of ours. We're working on Bo, but with that, can't thank Mark enough for the seamless way this all came together, and Justin for the hard work that he did in negotiating the deal itself. So, good day for the Mariners, good day for the Naylors, and we get to be together for numerous more seasons. So, good for us.
No, I'm super excited, super thankful, super blessed right now. Very humbled. I can't thank my family enough for getting me to this point. Without them, I'm nothing. I don't get to this position I'm in now. God is good, and He's good all the time. So I just can't thank my people enough. They are super influential to me, super positive towards everything I do. Ever since I was a little kid, this has been like a goal for all 3 of us as brothers, and then my parents, my aunt, my grandma, everyone. Like, the support is just. It was incredible from the beginning of our time playing baseball to now, and it continues to be great. And they just want us to succeed as much as we can in whatever we decide to do. And I got to give them all the thanks, them and God, because without them, again, I'm nothing, and I would not be in this seat right now.
Questions? Start with Adam over here.
Josh, congrats.
Thank you.
The last year's been pretty adventurous, momentous for you, obviously getting traded a couple times, arriving here, becoming a father, reaching free agency. Just what were the emotions yesterday when you sat down and finally got a chance to sign that contract?
Brought back a lot of memories as a kid. My dad coached us when we were younger, so brought back those memories of playing on a field in our hometown and, trying to win a ball game with your little 10-year-old friends around the corner. And then I brought back some memories of playing amateur baseball with the Ontario Blue Jays, who I was fortunate enough to play with, and the national team. I got to travel around the world with them before, I entered pro ball. So just a lot of nostalgia, kind of, a lot of those little young memories. And to get me to this point today, I always tell players, or even like little kids I work with in the off season, sometimes, like, play for the kid inside you, play for that little 10, 12, 11-year-old, whoever, like, however old you want to set that number at, but play for that kid, and always remind that kid that, it's just a game, and you're here to have fun, you're here to play hard, and you're here to compete, but it's just a game. It's that little kid's game at the end of the day. So I always try to talk to, like, my inner kid in me and remind myself that it is just a game, and I'm here to have fun, work hard, be a great teammate, God willing, win the game at the end of the day, knowing sometimes you're going to lose, but it's all about that little kid inside you. So signing that contract really brought me back to those days where my dad coached me, where me and my brothers would train at a facility together, and then playing with some friends I had back in the day, who are still my friends now, and it's just brought back a lot of cool memories.
Daniel.
Josh, free agency's only been open for such a short amount of time. You're the first major league free agent to sign this offseason. How much does that speak to your desire to come back here, the front office's desire to bring you back, and just how quickly that all came together this winter?
I mean, I really enjoyed every single moment I was here, from the players to the head office to the coaching staff to the rest of the staff, the kitchen crew, the clubhouse managers, and it was just, everything was so awesome. I had such a blast being a part of everything, getting to know players on and off the field, and just competing with them. Obviously, we fell a little bit short, but I can't wait to run it back with them because they deserve this. The city deserves it. Each player's family deserves it. I can't express how much fun I had on this team. It was unbelievable, like tears of joy, kind of unbelievable. And yeah, I love competing, and competing with this organization was probably one of my favorites I've ever had in my career. So I'm very, very blessed. I played with some really, really great teams. I was fortunate enough to play with my brother. That was probably the best thing ever, being able to play with your brother. And then coming here, it was kind of a whirlwind of a year. I started in Arizona and then ended up getting traded. And getting traded is not easy at times. You got to move stuff around. You got to worry about family and stuff. But they just accepted me right away. They helped me in every single way they could. Teammates embraced me right away. Fans embraced me right away. And at the end of the day, they deserve that World Series that we're shooting for here. And I can't thank the fans enough for supporting me as much as they do. I love them, and I hope they love me. And I just go out there and compete for them every single night. And God willing, bring a World Series to this city.
Yeah, that was actually my questions about this. Fans, they do love you, and it was immediate. What did that mean to you that as soon as you got here, it was just full support? I've heard people out and about feel like, it feels like he's from Seattle. So what did it mean to have that support right away and continuing here today from the fans?
They're so cool, super supportive in every single way. They're like I said, they're ride or die fans. They want to see you win, and I feel like when we win together as like the X amount of thousand that are in the crowd, and then also the 26 on the field, the coaching staff, the head office, like we all win together, which is so cool. And I feel like it's very rare to have that around the league. But this fan base is absolutely incredible. I have nothing but great things to say about them, nothing but love for them. I cherish my shoes, and I think a lot of people know that, but towards the end of the year, I started to give like my shoes away to like these little kids just to like see them smile and make them happy. And I hope they appreciated it. I think they did, and I want to continue to make them smile, whether it's with my gameplay, whether it's the little gestures of signing autographs, giving away some apparel. But they are our heartbeat, really, and I love playing for them and playing with them on the field. They're really with us on the field. The energy they bring, it helps us, create runs, create kind of chaos on the base path. When you strike a guy out, this whole place is rocking. It is just unbelievable.
Josh, as you mentioned, being traded midseason can be a little bit hectic. Why do you think it clicked off as fast as it did for you to kind of settle in here and have it go the way it did down the stretch? Because it can be kind of a big deal for you to kind of have it go this well, this good, to make it to where you're looking so eagerly to come back here and everything.
I think the trust aspect from getting traded, knowing this team wanted me, they needed me to help them win. So I just put all things aside in my life and just invested fully into this city, into this team, into my teammates, into the fans, because I wanted to give them something that they've maybe never had in their lives. I wanted to give my teammates a crazy awesome story. I wanted to be the best teammate I can and impact others around me and make them better daily as best as I can. Getting traded here was, it's a blessing. Sometimes, there's a lot of thoughts in your mind when you get traded, like, what if this, what if that, I got to move this, I got to have someone help me with that. But I just kind of let all that out and let God take the wheel, and just knew that my job was to come in here, play hard, be the best teammate I could be, give this city the best thing I can, leave everything on the field for as long as I could, whether the game was 9 innings, 12 innings, 15, give it everything for it all. and for others, not just for myself, for my family, for my teammates, for the fans, for the head office, for the coaching staff. Like, just lay it out all on the field for them.
Josh, it's great to have you back. When you sign a long-term contract, you bring your family here. And I was just wondering, what kind of part of the process was your family helping you to make this decision to sign a contract back with the Mariners?
They were part of every single conversation. And they knew when we were kind of talking at home after the season, like, this was such an awesome place. They got to experience a lot of the playoff games, a lot of the regular season games. So it was kind of an easy decision for us, knowing that we loved the city, we loved the team. They enjoyed coming to the ballpark every single day. So it was just like, this was kind of our main priority, to come back here. We wanted to come back here. My whole family loved it. My wife really loved it. And, we can raise our kids here, or family here, for the next 5 years, which is super cool. So,
Josh, for a lot of players, free agency is the ultimate dream, getting the opportunity to test the open market, see what interest is out there. Just what was that process like for you? And could you have imagined that you would have such clarity to want to have a team to want to come back to, just a few short months ago, given that you weren't here for all that long, but, now you're back?
Yeah, obviously you could have tested the open market. That's what most of the free agents do. For me, I think talking to my agent, talking to my family, like, we knew where we wanted to go, and we got a deal done at a fair, rate that we wanted. And, as much as it is, as great as it is to get the most you can, I am more than comfortable here. I love this place. I love this fan base. I love this city. I love my teammates. And I'm super thankful to be back. We got a fair deal done, and I'm just grateful. I'm blessed. I'm not very greedy in that sense. I just want to win baseball games. I want to win for the city. I felt like that last loss, not that I had to come back, but I wanted to come back to give this fan base and this city and my teammates and their families a World Series in the next 5 years, or multiple World Series, or multiple pennants. Like, just the best thing I could give back, I want to give back. They deserve it. My teammates deserve it. My family deserves it. Their families deserve it. The head office and their families deserve it. All the coaches deserve it. So I had such a blast here. I wanted to run it back with these guys and do it all again.
Josh, was there a moment that you knew that you were coming back? Was there a singular experience, or maybe a collection, where you said, this is where I want to be long term?
From day one, it was just love, and it was awesome. And then, so I started on the road. I started in LA. I met the team on the road, and it was great to see them. They all introduced themselves to me. And then players I knew from the past was awesome to see again. Me and Mooney had experiences in San Diego together. Me and Vargas, we rehabbed in Cleveland together. So I knew a few guys coming into it, so it kind of helped it be more comfortable. And then coming here at home and getting loud cheers and just feeling love right away was, honestly, it's hard to describe in words. You just feel just so blessed. And then when I found out we had Tucker was just like, he put me over the edge, man. I love that little guy. I love feeding him every day and just playing with him when I can. So he was a blessing too. But just the love I've got from the fans, from my teammates, the help I got right away from the whole entire organization, it was kind of like set in stone in a way, where I really would love to spend the rest of my career here and raise a family here and have my family come to Seattle more often and watch baseball games and hopefully win a World Series here. That's everything I just want to do, is just win.
Josh, it seems like you're somebody who is known, who has such a clear direction about the way you've wanted your life to go, the work that you've put in to get there. But the business of baseball sometimes takes some of that agency away from you. You were traded several times before landing here. What did you learn from each of those stops? And was it ever a challenge to kind of give yourself fully to the fans like you did? Or was that something you learned from each of those stops?
Yeah, I think experiences help you a lot in everything you do in your life, whether it's sports or business or really it goes into everything. The experience is super helpful. So every year I kind of try to grow, 1% better than I was the year before. I try to learn from my failures and try to capitalize on my successes. But going into free agency, I think this year was different than many, or all the years I've had so far. I told myself I just wanted to play hard. I wanted to have fun every single day, leave it out all on the field, be the best teammate I could. And I did that every year, but I wanted to emphasize it more this year. And, God willing, find a home. And this was the home I found, which is I'm super happy about, and can't wait for opening day. I honestly can't. I wish spring training started tomorrow, to be honest, to see the guys again and the fans. I think experience has taught me a lot. They taught me how to be a little bit more mature, taught me how to handle pressure a little bit better in big game scenarios, taught me how to kind of keep my heart rate down. So, yeah.
Josh, you talked about just the importance to you in winning and wanting to run it back. When you look at this team, you, Julio, and Cal are under team control for really the rest of the decade. The starting rotation is coming back. Just how exciting is it to not only, like you said, find a home, but know that looking at this roster, this window for this team to win and be competitive is really wide open at this point?
Yeah, it's awesome. To be able to hit behind Julio and Cal for the next 5 years it's pretty cool. Probably makes my job a little bit easier because you got to pitch to those two guys, and if you don't, then Julio has a chance to steal. Cal also steal bags too, and then if you make a mistake, they could be 1-0 and 2-0 right away. And then the pitching staff, God, the pitching staff is like the best in baseball. It's incredible. As an opponent, I kind of hated getting ready to face those guys. You got a lot of studs on that end of the game, but this team through and through, they take care of the ball on defense. On offense, they have great approaches, great at bats. They can play the small ball where they're flicking balls to left field, right field. They could pepper the ball around the field, but they could also leave the park real quick. We can get 5 runs in 1 inning, and we showed that last year. We could be down 3-4-0 going into the later innings of the game, and we probably win that game. There was no give up attitude, which is the coolest thing to be part of. Every single batter. It was even if it's the 9th inning and we're down 2 or 3, we're probably going to win that game. It just happens to go that way, just because everyone had faith, everyone believed in each other, and we did a really good job of passing the baton, of letting the next guy have his chance. And if you didn't get yours, the next guy got his. If he didn't get his, the next guy would get his. But yeah, this team is it's so complete. It is. There's always more to go, in my opinion. You could always get better. And I think me signing early like this helps that opportunity of them going for other players and possibly getting this team a little bit more, 1% better, let's call it. So yeah, no, this team's crazy good.
Josh, I can only imagine how many messages of congratulations you've received. Is there one that really stood out that put into perspective how big this moment is?
I'm going to say every single one. Doesn't matter who it's from. Every single message I'm very thankful for, I'm grateful for, especially those who've been with me since I was young, who helped me get to this opportunity, whether it was a month of training, 30 seconds of advice, years of just being by my side or supporting me. I think every message has significance, and I'm very grateful and thankful. I honestly haven't answered any because I wanted to put pen to paper first and then answer them all. So once we're all done this, I'm going to sit down and take a moment to answer everyone individually and thank them for their support and their love for me. And, I'm going to continuously do my best for them.
Josh, back here, you just mentioned, with yourself signing that maybe now this team can get other guys, be 1% better, 1% closer. Did you need to talk to Jerry or Justin or anybody about, okay, what are we doing now? What's our plan? Or was there a confidence there that, okay, we're on the right track? What were those conversations had, or what was that like before you put pen to paper?
We talked a little bit, but if they want to speak on it, I'll let them speak on it. But they were gracious enough to fly out to me before the signing, have a 3-4 hour conversation with me and my wife and Mark. And I was super thankful for that. That was incredible. And then the owner called me, which was super great. I was just very, very grateful for everything that they've done, and the communication was key. But if they want to speak on that, they can. I'll let them take the reins. But I know that this isn't done, in my opinion. We got a lot more to do, and it's exciting for not only them but for me and for the whole city. the teammates that we have here. It's going to be an awesome offseason, in my opinion, I think.
Not really. We had a discussion. Josh, we obviously, Josh played for the team, during the highest point, the most pivotal months of our season into, the drama of a postseason, but hadn't really been around to see the way we operated over time. So, sharing our story, what our plans were for the organization, how we got here, what we planned on doing going ahead. We shared that with Mark and Josh and Chantel and I think and Nick, though he wasn't super talkative, but we shared our story and we heard a lot more about Josh's backstory. Because similarly, we met in July last year, so this was an opportunity just to get to know one another better and put our best foot forward. And I think we walked out fully understanding what one another were about, and I think that was the goal going in.
I don't have anything to add beyond that. It went well enough that we almost missed our flight on the way back because we just kept talking about the future and about sharing the same vision for what this team could be. I was blown away by how much thought Josh had put into what was important to him. It was awesome. It was a great time. And we could have stayed hours longer just talking about the Mariners and about the future. And I think it helped provide everyone clarity.
For Jerry or Justin, whoever does want to take it, certainly this has been years building to this point, and the building continues. But when you hear everything Josh is saying about how much he loves it here, loves the culture, I mean, what does that mean to you that what you built so far is that appealing to a player like Josh?
It means a lot. I think that doesn't happen overnight. That happens with real belief from coaches, from trainers, from front office people, most importantly from players. I'll share a brief story. On Sunday, when it was apparent that we were not going to be able to keep this a secret for a minute longer, I sent a few players a text letting them know, like, hey, we're about to sign a free agent. As long as the physical goes well, please reach out to him. And I just sent them Josh's contact info. And the text thread erupted. A lot of words I can't repeat on here, but just thrilled about the culture. And I think that the best sales pitch we can make as an organization is what the players think about the environment we've created. I think that in the clubhouse, that starts with Dan and our coaches and filters through the players and how they feel about it. And I think they set the tone the right way. They want to win, they want to compete, they want to work every day, and they want to have fun together. And that's a really cool culture to be a part of.
Jerry, you guys made no secret this was your top priority going into the offseason. It seemed pretty obvious you guys needed to get this one done. How was that, trying to go and make sure you got where you needed to get to in this and just making sure you got him back here? Yeah,
I think the one thing that we've done for all the years that we've been here is we kind of tell you what we're going to do. and then we just go out and try to do that thing. And we're not always successful in doing it. This time we had a partner who wanted to be here with us, and that made it a heck of a lot easier. But it really was a no-brainer. We've built a great foundation that's out there on the field day after day. We talked about some of the guys that are here long-term, like a Cal or a Julio, our starting rotation, and it goes even beyond that. And Josh knows this. We have what I think is a very complete, close to 26-man roster. We will continue to focus on getting better this offseason. We have a pretty robust farm system. We're excited about the present and the future of the organization. But, the piece that we didn't have was we didn't have the all-star bat in the middle of the lineup who could also play first base. We also didn't have the guy, I think toward the tail end of the season, the thing that we all saw with Josh is that when our season was vibrating at a different level, he got above the vibration, and that was a pretty big deal. Not a lot of players can do that, He's had the postseason experience, as we learned during our time together. His focus is solely on winning, and I think that is, that's necessary because you're at various stages in an organizational growth and a player's career, and Josh comes to us at the point in his career where now he's achieved success as a major leaguer. He's done things. 30 homers, 30 bags. He's been an all-star. He's gone to LCSs, etc. And now it's about the winning. That's exciting to get in that stage. And we've got a handful of players that are there, and that excites me about what is in front of our team.
Josh, family means so much to you. What's it been like to be a new dad? What's been the best part about being a new father?
I mean, everything, in my opinion. The early mornings, the wake ups in the middle of the night. I think my favorite thing is just trying to do anything I can to help my wife. Whether it's change a diaper here, whether it's take the baby out and have her get like 2-3 hours extra sleep, and then making my baby smile. Like, that's just the coolest thing to me. I've kind of found ways to make him smile a little bit, and I always told my wife before we had the baby, like, I can't wait to see his smile with just gums, like no teeth yet. I think that's super adorable. So, but you know, he's loved by my whole family, and I can't thank them enough for loving him the way they do. And I can't wait to teach him little things and be a good influence to him, show him everything about the world, travel the world with him, and teach him things here and there. And I also learn as a father too. I know all days aren't going to be easy. If not, they're just probably going to be real hard, but it's going to help me grow as a person and as a father and as a husband, as a brother, as a son, you know, just everything. So I think he's going to just rock my world for the rest of my life. I know he's already doing it to my parents and my grandma, my aunt, my brothers. My brothers are in love with him, which I'm so thankful for. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I want to ask, actually, all three of you about the confidence level this shows in the team, what they've built, what you've built already, your confidence level in signing so quickly, in what this team can do in the future and actually win a championship. And then I can let you guys elaborate on that too.
I mean, again, this team has been everything you kind of dream of a team. And I think that's why it was such an easy decision to come back. The players, like I honestly woke up every day and I couldn't wait to leave to go to work just to see everyone, coaches included, and just, you know, Tucker included too. I can't forget Tucker, and Tucker included. But I couldn't wait to see everyone and start working hard again. Like, once we got here, yeah, maybe chilled for half hour, said hi to everyone, ate a meal, and then it's time to go to work. And I couldn't wait to do that. And then the future of this team, I can't wait to see what it brings, you know, whether it's the prospects, whether it's other signings, whether it's trades. I can't wait for everything. I'm super blessed to be here. Like, I'm very humbled right now, very honored, and I can't wait to start working hard. I'll kick it to them.
Go ahead.
You know, I think, you know, we just finished up what was perhaps the best season in our organization's history, if not one of them. We go into the offseason with a good farm system, an excellent major league team that just got even more complete, you know, today. And we have fewer holes than we've had at any point since we've been together to go fill. We do have flexibility to go fill them. And, you know, we're pretty tenacious in our desire to go find the right players, to make the transactions and to do the things to put the team on the field. And then respond when the team does things, special things like they did last summer, and go out and find guys that can make us even better, you know, when that time comes. So it's an exciting time to be a Mariner, really, from top to bottom. And I think it's an exciting time to be a Mariner fan. And, you know, and we're all excited about the complete picture, which is, you know, sometimes over time, growth and evolution aren't linear, you know, and we've stumbled. You fall, you get back up, you try again, and I think over the last handful of years we've established a level of consistency, and this year we figured out how to get over the line, and now we still have a box or two to check to figure out how to bring a trophy home.
I don't have anything to add more than that. That was pretty good.
Anything else for these guys at the head table? All right. Thank you all for coming out. I'm willing to bet these guys will answer a couple other questions if you'd like any follow-up. But again, thank you. And Josh, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I can't wait to get going. Thank you, guys.